What's going on, everyone? This is Dennis coming to you from CryptoPlanet. The website is cryptoplanet.cash, and today we're going to be focusing on looking at the only coin really that is doing well today, while everything is dumping. Pretty much everything is down around 6 to 10% at least. Very few exceptions, and this happens to be one of them. And this currency is Apollo. So we're just going to talk about why I think this is the case for Apollo, and I'm going to show you guys some analysis I did. So it's not available on TradingView. I use a site called charts.cointrader.pro in order to see this. And what I have here is a double top right here. We have a double top right here where that green box is. And then we have the support here. So usually with a double top, you'll have the support hit twice and the resistance hit twice. And then eventually we broke down underneath the support. We bounced back up, broke above the support, closed above it, which seemed bullish at first, but then we closed back underneath, and then we went down to lower support, closed underneath that, and that was actually a fake out. We broke right back above, and now we look to be having a three white soldiers pattern on the daily chart. And I'm just showing you guys a textbook example of a three white soldiers pattern here. So you see you'll have three large green candles with consecutive closes above the previous day's low. So it'll be three green candles at the end of a reversal usually. And this will, I'm sorry, at the end of a bearish trend usually. And this will signal a bullish reversal. And it's a very bullish sign, especially when you see a project with a lot of news coming out and you see it's one of the few projects that's actually doing well at the moment. That's a good sign. So if we just scroll down CoinMarketCap, we could see pretty much everything is in the red. Not too crazy of what we usually see on a bloody day. Chainlink is up a little bit. I still think this one is going down. 2.76%, not much of a move. It's been very volatile today. I still expect it to go down further. But pretty much everything else, except for a few others, BAT 3.75% up. Pretty much everything was down earlier today. Now there's a few that are starting to bounce back a little bit, which is to be expected. Stable coins, of course, up a little bit or pretty much staying stable. Not really sure why Bitcoin is not in the red. I don't really know much about it. I'm pretty sure it's just some shitcoin, but I guess even shitcoins rise, right? So yeah, let's take a look at Apollo now. And as we can see here, Apollo is the only altcoin that is in the green in a higher number. So we looked at Chainlink, that was about 2%. There was another one that was about 3%, and Apollo is about 6%. And compared to BTC, it's up about 14.6%. And yesterday it was actually up about 20%. So this is a nice move over the past couple of days where we see it rising slowly while everything else seems to be dumping. So right now, I'm going to be bringing you guys to my news site, showing you a few examples as to why I think that Apollo is going to really do very well. Show you its use case, what I think is really special about what it's doing. And first, we're going to start with how they are basically making it possible to create your own currencies on the Apollo platform. So, a place in a tourist hotspot in Japan is planning to start using its own local cryptocurrency. It's going to be used in a few shops in the area, a few restaurants, a few stores, a couple of different places. But basically, something like that could be built on the Apollo platform, and that would be something that we could expect to continue to grow as we see it's happening in places like in Japan. That could be something that gives Apollo a very good use case. All right, so we're going to take a look at this Apollo analysis that I put out a few days ago, and I'm going to show you guys some of the most important news, and then we're going to take a look at a lot of the important news on their Twitter as well. So Apollo has recently released their decentralized marketplace, and after I posted this article, they actually released a centralized exchange as well, and they're planning on having Apollo pairs and more centralized exchanges coming soon. They were also featured in a Forbes Middle East article as one of the top cryptos of 2019. They've been integrated with System Coin in Turkey and listings on the exchanges of Digifinex and Altili. And team representatives have been meeting with couple of representatives of African governments and are planning to meet with another in the very near future. And the first week of November, we're supposed to get some supposedly very big news about what's been going on in Africa. I think people may be hyping it up. That's usually how these things are. But I don't want to, I'm still going to buy Apollo either way. I'm hoping for the best. But people are saying that This may be something like an African government making it very possible to implement Apollo in the society in order to help with large inflation, especially in a nation like Zimbabwe, which they have been, which Apollo team representatives have been meeting with. And something like this could be used huge for the project in general, and it could be something that is very useful in one of these societies. For example, in Zimbabwe right now, the inflation is so terrible that people literally wake up at 2 a.m. in order to go to the ATM in order to withdraw $1 to $2 to make it through the day. And they'll wait online for 8 hours, pretty much a ridiculous amount. And they may not even always be able to take money out. So this is something that's a big problem. And currencies like Apollo, especially Apollo with its 2 second transaction fees, decentralized banks, um, a lot of what they are doing could be very useful in a place like this, and it can really give Apollo a big push in the near future. So in their Twitter bio, they talk about how Apollo has been developed to become the fastest, most advanced, and most feature-rich privacy coin on Earth. Um, they are the fastest coin currently. Transaction fees are, I believe, 2 seconds. They are a privacy coin, which is great. A lot of privacy coins have exploded in the past. Monero, Verge, even though I don't consider it to be a very good coin, it has exploded, and I think Apollo will be something that does something very similar to that. I think it will do very well, just like these projects in the past have. So 3 hours ago, they posted about how they were listed on Altilli. They have constant daily news here. More exchange listings are coming soon. That's great. That's good news. They put Apollo facts daily. They talk about here how they had their first Australian decentralized bank. They talk about when it was launched. So they have these decentralized banks all over the globe, especially in a lot of places where the economies are very bad, like Turkey and South Africa. These sort of things are very big, and in places where the economy is very bad and there's easy access to a cryptocurrency like Apollo, that gives me hope that a currency like this can do very well price wise in the long term because there's easy access to it and it's a great alternative for these people. So here it talks about how you can either send Apollo as a public or private transaction, which is great. They're really accomplishing a lot with something like this. Another thing that I like that they're doing is Apollo University, which is something where they provide video tutorials where you learn about Apollo. Something similar to this was what Stellar Lumens did with Coinbase, where they gave you free XLM if you learned about XLM. So maybe this is something similar. Maybe you get rewarded in Apollo for doing something like this. I think that would be great. I think that'd be great for the project, and I think it would help people really learn about the project and help it progress as well. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'm looking to see how this goes as well. But this is also great news. So this right here actually talks about the next major exchange that will be listing on October 25th. That's in 2 days from when I'm recording this video, and I'm hoping that it's going to be Binance because recently they've been very involved with this right here, where Binance is doing some sort of community coin vote, and maybe they won. This was a day after they posted that. It could coincide with that, but who knows? It could be a different exchange. They could be blowing it out of proportion to make people think it's something more hyped up like Binance. But who knows? I'm hoping it is, but I could just be hopeful. So here they're talking about how negative crypto regulations are and the heavy costs of them. So one thing about Apollo is they call themselves the only cryptocurrency that can't be regulated, and I guess that's basically based off of how private they are and how it's really going to be impossible to regulate them. But in my opinion, you can't regulate most cryptocurrencies. It's really hard to shut down something that's decentralized, and not all of them are decentralized. But I guess Apollo being decentralized for the most part makes it impossible to shut it down. That's definitely something that a lot of newbies won't really understand. They're going to look at that and be like, oh, I guess Apollo is the only one that can't be regulated or shut down, and that's a great buy. May not be the only one, but it is unregulatable, and that, in my opinion, is something that is a very important factor. And I don't think that should be overlooked. The Apollo team releases a weekly vision update every week. So every week you're getting updates, and that's a very good sign. The team is constantly working, they're constantly keeping us updated. So we don't worry. So we're not thinking that they're just going to disappear and that they're not putting in work. They really reassure us and let us know what's going on with Apollo. And that's something that I like to see with any project. And they do have merchants that are accepting Apollo for everyday items. You see, there's this clothing website that is accepting Apollo. Maybe a smart business realizing that this is a cryptocurrency that is going to do very well. But growth of something like this is going to be a very good thing for Apollo as well. And they seem to be doing very well. They have 81,000 followers. I'm sure that they can grow something like this very easily and partner with a lot of different companies. So, with all the information I just showed you guys and how I just explained how Apollo could really have a real world use case and how it could really be great in a lot of these failing economies, let me know down below if you guys think that I'm right. Let me know if you're going to be buying any Apollo. And if you guys want to see my purchase tomorrow, I'm going to be buying some more. Check out the group chat link below and sign up for email updates on my website. I put out market analysis on these sort of coins a couple of times a week. I put out daily news updates, about 4 articles a day usually. And we have a free trading course for the time being. So I recommend you guys check that all out.